Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog, and we're going to talk about the Miami Heat. I haven't talked about them much this year, really at all. They're number one in the Eastern Conference right now. They're the number one seed. They've lost 3 out of their last 5, and 2 of those losses, actually all 3 of those losses, are really bad. They lost to Philadelphia without James Harden and Joel Embiid. Then they played the Warriors without Steph Curry, without Klay Thompson, and without Draymond Green, and they lost that game. Then they lost to the Knicks last night, and now tonight they have to play the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Now, Miami has been on a good run pretty much all year. They're a solid defensive team. But they couldn't have picked a worse time to start having issues. They had the huge issue with Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra in the Golden State Warriors game, and Udonis Haslem, got in, Jimmy Butler's face and stuff like that. Like there was going to be, fighting and stuff, and this is not the time for this. I'm just going to be honest with you, they couldn't have picked a worse time to start having issues. And part of the reason is, I'm going to be honest, Miami's interior defense the past couple games has been really bad. I mean, they're just allowing these little 3-foot floaters all over the place. I mean, ow, god damn it. During one of the games, I don't think Jimmy Butler actually played. But it's just a matter of, Tyler Herro is a guy that Miami has become a little too reliant on. Tyler Herro is obviously, he's going to win 6th Man of the Year this year. I think there's no question about that. He's been playing very, very well. The problem is he averages 20 points a game off the bench, and they've become so reliant on him scoring 20 points per game that whenever he doesn't come out and score 20 points per game, they tend to get their ass kicked. And now, granted, they haven't been shooting that well either, but not a good time to be a Miami Heat fan, especially with the playoffs right around the corner. I will be looking to see how they play against Brooklyn tonight. Kyrie Irving can now play home games. Granted, I will say this. The one thing I worry about the Nets is if they have to play in Toronto in their first years. If they have to play against Toronto in the round 1 of the playoffs, Kyrie Irving's literally not allowed in Canada because he's not vaccinated. So that series could, I think the Nets will lose that series if Kyrie Irving can't play. At least if Kyrie Irving can play, it'll be a competitive series. But, it's just we're at a point now where there's less than 10 games left in the NBA regular season. And things are going to start, playoff spots are going to start getting determined. I do think the Nets are going to move up. It's just the idea, Miami right now is the number 1 seed, and they're not looking too good. They're not looking good right now. They had the biggest chances, surprisingly, out of everybody in the East to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but, Victor Oladipo coming back, I think, is going to be pretty big for them once he finally gets in a rhythm. He's genuinely a decent scorer. He's a pretty good defender. But, Max Strus has been huge for them, but Miami has been having some pretty shitty shooting woes lately, just with their bench unit. So I'm not quite sure if this is something that's going to stick. Granted, they have, like I said, a tough matchup tonight going against Brooklyn, but I don't know, man. I'm a little worried about Miami because it seems, if you're having locker room issues, for example, Udonis Haslem said something to Jimmy Butler along the lines of, you couldn't play in my era, and then Jimmy Butler told Eric Spoelstra and Udonis Haslem, Dwayne Wade is the only reason you guys are relevant, and so I don't know if there's something more going on there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's locker room issues going on. I'm not sure what the deal is. Jimmy Butler doesn't have the greatest history when it comes to teammates. I mean, he's done some pretty embarrassing shit to other people on his team. I mean, Jimmy Butler is not outside of the realm of embarrassing his own teammates. For example, like in Minnesota, he took the whole bench unit and beat all the fucking starters by himself and didn't even score a basket. A lot of people don't even know that. Like Jimmy Butler in that Minnesota Timberwolves scrimmage, he only scored one basket. Like the rest were all assists, defense, steals, stuff like that. So he actually admitted that in a podcast one day. But then in Philadelphia, you had the thing where it was like he was blaming the coaching staff and the way that they were doing stuff. And so Jimmy Butler's shelf life as a player isn't very big. He's not outside of the realm of going at his teammates. He's not outside of the realm of going against other people. And you love having that on your team as far as a guy's going to hold others responsible, but Jimmy Butler will take it to another level. Karl Anthony Towns is just now recovering from the mental fucking bullshit from Jimmy Butler and all the shit that he, calling Karl Anthony Towns soft. And, Jimmy Butler was pretty hard on Karl Anthony Towns when he was in Minnesota. So I don't know what's going on in Miami, but they really need to get their shit together before the playoffs get here. Because, if you go into the playoffs playing bad and then you got to play a team, a best-of-7 series, if you're playing as bad as they are at the moment, they just seem out of sync. Their defense is not like what we expect it to be. It's not up to par. They're missing shots. If you go into the playoffs that way and you got to play a team for example, the the Brooklyn Nets, or somebody along those lines, if they have to play the Toronto Raptors or somebody, for example, they're going to struggle. And, they're not a team that should be struggling playing an 8th or 9th seed type team. They just shouldn't be. So, I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see what this brings. But, Miami is just a mess at the moment. And, hopefully they can turn it around, because I have a side bet going with my cousin on Miami making the Eastern Conference Finals, but I don't know, man. It's starting to look a little risky. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. Like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. I'm the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.